Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Morovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. To spoon. To spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, to spoon. To spoon. If you eat kepan, gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. To spoon. You wanna get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you about today? Spoon TV. Spoon. Yes, what you about today? Spoon. Spoon TV. Spoon. Ba. Spoon. Skidibidi dabado. Spoon TV. Spoon Entertainment. Kua. Bese kua kudileo. Kudileo. To spoon. To get your information. To spoon. To be part of Spoon television. Spoon radio station. Spoon television.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, Stanton with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Morovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. To spoon. To spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, to spoon.
Since the money I went with back, the pepper we buy they release to be buying pepper for too far for the bag. For selling for don't give a chance. Selling for buying the pepper from here, carrying a sour you. Now say buying 10,000 for a breast bag. Since I bought the people the money and 5 pocket can be in the bed. Say buy when we tell I think that if I get profit, you put my channel, you got the pound one say 5 pocket can be in the bed. Imagine 5 pocket that AL. That is onion, that is pepper. We say yeah, they didn't buy no business. And some of our children are sending to school. Some of our parents and left children who all are happy now because they both parents die. They will not say we will not get money to send the children to school. After now, you read some and some yes, sir. Because of the business, they didn't buy in.
So
outside entering in the terminal. Yay. Y'all keep pushing back, Oh my God. I'll put it out, man. They're working. Yeah, man. They think they can get P1 to why the P1 you don't have to push the water back. The whole place coming to be flooded out. But nobody on the side. On the side, water coming inside Google.
Why not be receiving your gas?
People outside there. Are you getting out there?
It will be maybe challenging, it will be problems.
So, in conclusion, what do you make of the government performance over the past 8 months? You think the government is doing well?
For now, we can't say the government doing well, we can't say the government not doing well. Because the government actually will see the past regime, some of the difficulties that we see for well, yeah. So when any new government comes, sometimes you face some problem. But the only thing I want for the government to do, government really need to fight hard. Because, you know, when the government, when you set up,
You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Morocco, to
government, when you set up, you know, you have to be very intelligent to see people that are coming on the board, what you appointed. When anyone do any wrong thing, the government need to really see our best to prosecute them, you know, in a way that the corruption they can fight on it, because some of the government officials will listen to spoon, something they can do, and you know, they can ready.
You from Funjema, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat Cape
Liberia is facing a drug crisis that is affecting our youth and jeopardizing the country's future. This epidemic is driven by international criminal enterprises and their networks poses a severe threat. In response, we have not only declared the drug epidemic a health emergency and a national security threat, but we have also been taking steps to address this issue by establishing a dedicated national body to tackle drug abuse in Liberia. I urge international community to join Liberia in addressing this escalating drug crisis.
The people of Liberia for bringing us back. We have demonstrated leadership, especially the president. We are grateful. But when we came, there are promises, packages that should have been given to us. And we have been here for about 3 months, and we have not received, about 90% of us have not received what was promised. I received a phone, yes, I received 25 kg, yes, I have not received my oil, I have not received slippers and all those things. But what we get on our feet as a startup is the $300 per head for the elderly people and the young $25 as they are spent. So some of
$225.
yeah, for the case.
$90, right?
That's the equivalent. Then $300 for the adults. Family heads.
Okay.
So the family heads, no matter the size, you are giving a bag of that 25 kg rice, bag of rice. So now, 3 months, we are not seeing any sign as a startup because people are hosting us, and then we are now also contributing to the upkeep of the home. To things are being prepared, is building up pressure. So we want to get back on our feet. Now let's sit down. So that little money that the government will give us is a starting point that we can turn around together.
So now, about 2 months ago, the Liberian government, sent delegation which was held, led by the air. What's the issue?
They are holding our money.
You don't want to speak louder?
They are saying they want to pay our money. They are sleeping in the pool. They are sleeping in the pool, no mattress, no food for the kids. They came, they took all the mattresses, they took all the rice, the pork, and then left. Since then, they are sleeping in the pool.
You said who? Say that again?
The Elchuba came and took the mattresses, they took the rice, they took all the pork. And we are sleeping in the pool.
Our package.
Air Chuparisi told you that Finance Ministry
on to our package.
Okay.
That's why we are not being paid. So we listen to other media, other sources.
Okay.
When you go there, when you see people lying in the cold, you see pity for them. They don't care. The only thing they can do, sometimes when they come just abruptly, they will start issuing threatening remarks.
Terrible. Listen, since the money I went with me, the pepper by red, they release to be buying pepper for too far for the bag. For selling, but don't give a chance. Selling for buying the pepper from here, carrying it several. Now I say buying 10,000 for a breast bag. Since I bought the pepper the money and 5 pocket can be in the bag. Say I'm buying. When I tell 10,000 if I get profit, you put my channel, you know the balance will say 5 pocket can be in the bag. Imagine 5 pocket are off that AL. That is onion, that is pepper. We say they didn't buy no business. And some of our children are sending to school. Some of our parents and their children all are happy because they both parents died. They will not say will not get money to send their children to school. After now you read some and some you say. Yeah, because of the business, they buying.
Sorry, I report for other TV. Question goes to Minister. I want to know, has there been any time during the contracts or contractors that you, within 100 days, that you insisted those contractors purchase pickups and vehicles for the ministry?
So I'll address the questions as they came. There was one that asked about the 100 days, about the purchase of vehicles. Yes, during the negotiation, we got no objection from the PPCC. The sole source or single source the project. We had the team negotiate with the contractors. And so yes, companies that won the contracts did that because we inherited a ministry where I had any vehicle, and to be able to supervise such projects, some of our assistant ministers who were taxed to be in those corridors for supervision had to be mobile. Yes, we did. And those pickers were turned over to the Ministry of Public Works and being used now by assistant ministers and directors, some REs, resident engineers.
New government that will show visible signs of progress in the country will be known after 6 months. And because Georgia was known after 6 months. Roads were being constructed. People will reduce salaries. What has been the tangible, visible sign of productivity of a government in 9 months? MOUs, 3 billion from China. I signed a 2.5 billion swap deal from China. So you walk in your That doesn't mean that the money came. Let's stop deceiving the Liberian people. Let's stop using misinformation and propaganda and optical shenanigans to impress the Liberian people. And I will speak directly to the Liberian people tomorrow.
Liberia is facing a drug crisis that is affecting our youth and jeopardizing the country's future. This epidemic, driven by international criminal enterprises and their networks, poses a severe threat. In response, we have not only declared the drug epidemic a health emergency and a national security threat, but we have also been taking steps to address this issue by establishing a dedicated national body to tackle drug abuse in Liberia. I urge international community to join Liberia in addressing this escalating drug crisis.
New government that will show visible signs of progress in the country will be known after 6 months. And because Georgia was known after 6 months, roads were being constructed. Government reduced salaries. What has been the tangible, visible sign of productivity of a government in that month? MOU, 3 billion from China. I signed a 2.5 billion swap deal from China. So you want me in my playbook? And then we are signed. 2.5 billion China. That doesn't mean that the money came. Let's stop deceiving the Liberian people. Let's stop using misinformation and propaganda and optical shenanigans to impress the Liberian people. And I will speak directly to the Liberian people tomorrow.
This is the Beyond Public School where kids come to learn. Can you imagine? My dog that even live with me cannot come to this school. There is no sitting capacity and there is nothing out here. And today's school day. You can see one student, even the teachers came, but no student. How do you expect them to be out here? This is sad. And the government need to take a course and work on how they can help our people in this part of the region of the Gibi district. This is beyond. And can you imagine a public school looking like this? I mean, I would say my dog that even live with me, I will not allow them to come to school here. What much with my own kids. And we are appealing to friends and relatives abroad in the diaspora to see how we can help elevate this building from this level to the next level. This is the government public school in Ko. This is Ko Public School. It's mind-boggling that 2023 our children are still in such a deplorable condition, and the children are willing to learn, but the environment is not conducive for the kids. As you can see, these are the students out here, and you see what the teacher is managing with in this area. Yeah, so we are praying that our people will look into this to see how they can help the children in this part of Gibi district. Look at this is an empty class. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Honorable Maximum Musima Kane. I'm somewhere in Bian, and this is what they call their public school. And it's sad, but this is Liberia. I'm somewhere 6-8 hours away from Wong. It's called Bian. This is their public school. In the 21st century, where we live in now, 2023, this is a public school where children go to school. God have mercy. It is time for us to change this place and make it a better place for the next generation. But we have to do it now. If we can't do it now, the future won't be good and the next generation will suffer.
All right, tune to Spoon Radio Station, tune to Spoon FM, tune to Spoon Communication Network. This is where Liberians get authentic information. This is where you get the news. This is where you get the views, critical analysis on the trending national issues. This is where you get the updates. This is where you hear Liberians speak. This is where you hear the policymakers break the news. This is exactly where that space the Liberians depend on for authentic information. I'd like to say welcome to everyone tonight. Thanks for joining us on another edition of the program. This is the Late Night Show, the Late Night Politics on Spoon. I'm Nelson Colette. We are live across the Spoon Network, Spoon 107.5 FM, Fabric 101.1, and other frequencies across the country. Thanks to our partner radio stations, our affiliate stations across the country that are always relaying the program. Thanks to Trust FM in Bomi County, Premier FM in Bon County, Gibi FM in Kakata, Margibi County, Trend Radio in Grand Crew, Radio Yalamani, Seklepi, Nimba County, and a host of other radio stations across the country that are always relaying the show. We appreciate all of you, and I want to say thanks to our online audience. Those of you following us on Facebook, Spoon TV, Fabric TV, and Super TV. The folks across YouTube as well, Spoon Talk Live. We appreciate everyone for coming on tonight. Do us a favor, kindly share the program as you come on. Let's hope you can share the show in your different group chats on your Facebook status. And let's have a great conversation going on tonight. It's one edition of the program you don't want to miss. I want to recognize Sabatus M. Young, Junior, Pekele Zobe, Ruth Goba, Maya Ruth, Lloyd Powers, Moses Momolu, Joseph Colley, Freeman, our dear sister, Kroma Fatoma, Johnson, Moluwa, Nathaniel K. Hill, Nathalie Weir. Yes, thanks to everyone for joining us tonight. Kaliva Momo. I see Eric Miguel. Mr. Miguel, thanks for being on here tonight. Amara Sisse. I see David Colley. Amara Sisse is here again. I see Madam Mariah Sando Yinatu has joined us. Thanks for coming on tonight. Thanks to everyone for joining us. Please share the program as you come on. Boakai Dukle is here tonight. Derek Cooper. I see Tapetobi. Tapetobi. You know, I like the way that name sounds. It sounds like some southeastern name. Tapetobi. Yeah. Thanks for joining us, Tapetobi. Godwin Cambo Tor Senior. Thanks for being here. Mr. Michael Maulu, thanks for joining us tonight, sir. And everyone joining us, please share the program as you come on. Let's hope we can have a great conversation tonight. A lot of things happening across the country. We are hopeful of having Mr. Ava Tokpa joining us tonight. There is this flooding situation in Rivers County. We are going to he's going to throw in some light on that. But this is not just for Rivers County. We're in a rainy season here in Liberia, and that in itself is something that will lead to lots of flooding situations across the country. A lot of people will have this issue where they will have to leave their homes. People will be displaced as a result of the flooding situation. So this is something that happens almost every year. The numbers will fluctuate a little. I remember there was one time 2019, 2020, when the number of people who were affected by flooding exceeded 20,000. And the next year, it was a little over that. The following year, it dropped. So flooding has been a major issue in the country. But yes, let me bring the team on. I see the folks are already here. Our co-host, Mr. Moba, the man say in uni is Segozi Kwekukwe Fokeklon. Uh, uh, I don't know how Moba got all those names. Moba, Segozi Kwekukwe Fokeklon Zoka.
I
Thanks
beg
for joining
you.
us tonight. It's good
Now,
to have you on.
thank you, Nursing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, my brother. Now, Vasco, you need to be calling that name. And I'm
No, but look, I call you the knee. Look how George Dave in insightful way.
because
He say,
because George George Nolan need not belong to me. Either George or Vasco.
George, boy, in Liberia, let's say when you do your hand like this, it means that hey go. See, they are our beautiful name here. Our fighting together name for our stand-up bearer. See,
The man missing our president, so he won't tell me. Because say boy got a prop.
Let me welcome Francis Jabate, Mr.
I
Jabate.
agree, George looking at porno friend.
Le mera Arsenal fan. He said, "Mega, Arsenal fan." Le mera Arsenal fan.
Looking at porno friend, looking hungry.
And say thank you. I enjoy that one. You with me, Google.
The man call me purpose. I mean, imagine Josh took his time. It was early morning. Most times when I'm done with the show, I will try to sleep a little. Josh called me while I was sleeping. So I asked Josh, what's going on? He said, my man, have you seen that your man Francis face? I said, that's the man face looking. He said, that man face look like when he was small, he was me or fool. He used to me.
No, but what George? What? No, but wait, that's true, right? What George said was right because let me tell you.
You agree with George?
Last day, that first again. First day when then you're small, you're chopping that people know the crowd for food. So George, I was talking my brother on that.
So people who get it kind of choppy face.
I was not choppy because I from small about I play football in Liberia. Growing up,
I mean, you can be playing football and still be choppy.
No,
I still be playing football.
Doesn't excuse you. No.
Let me tell you, before I put on weight,
since when he started becoming chubby?
No, I think America I come before I put on weight.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, since I stopped going to school, because I play for my college team. So I was always active. But when I start working, you gotta pay bills. Then you get tired, realize you just eating, my man. Yeah. I pay for gym and much. I can't even go to the gym.
Yeah, man, but this is where we are. I don't know George or Francis who won, but Francis came back very hard on George.
I've been playing for George. That nonsense you go to. I've been playing for him. Then you go bring him on. You sit down there looking hungry.
You say that. But guys, it's good to be here tonight, man. I'm hoping we can have a great show. Go into the different issues we have to talk about tonight. Lots of things happening across the country. Liberia is one country where you wake up in the morning and you just wake up to something new. Almost every day you wake up to something new. Some of the happenings are not totally strange, but it's like reappearing in different shapes and forms and stuff like that, and we have to wrap our heads around it. But just before moving to the updates, I'd like us to do our opening. Maybe we can start with Moba. Your 1 minute.
Yeah.
Let's see what's on your mind in your opening, and then we can just go around the table.
Thank you, Nursing. Thank you to our listeners around the world and whatsoever you're watching your phone. We say thank you. And also thank you for following the Spoon Talk. And thank you to my fellow panelists. Look, Nursing, let it truth be told, right? Liberia, we are, look, I think we need precedent, right? We need precedent almost like I will always emphasize or always give example on people like a president like Charles Taylor. We need somebody who want to stop things happen. Look at the airport. We beat on George Weah. Of course, yeah, George Weah did his part, and he did a very bad job to the airport. We all understand. We beat on him, but your international airport leaking. What are some preparation? What are things? What are mechanisms you are putting into play to stop the rain from falling to your international airport? I saw that video today. I was feeling so disturbed, so depressed, so bad, feeling bad. Like, what? This is my country where I can go anywhere and boast of Liberia. But when you enter Liberia, the place as say before the place as a light entering to the nation is leaking. What the government has look, sometimes we just every day we come on this show, we talk. I think it is time for the people of Liberia to stand up. Because end of the day, there is nothing will happen. We talk. We've been talking since George Weah regime, since Eddie Ma Eddie certain time. We've been talking. George Weah, we're talking. Joseph Yima Baka, we still talking. There's no changes. Everything keep the same. Everything is no progress, no progression. Everything is just the same way it's static. Go to the health sector. What the change? How many money put in the budget? Go to the schools. Our brother and sister sitting on black, rate 40 on it. You get 2 teachers in classroom, but you get millions of dollars living in the country. Lawmaker getting 40,000 cars. Lawmaker getting everything they want. But the people who elect you as whatsoever you are today, whether president, representative, senator, what are you doing for them? What are you doing for them? What the change? Like we all, I can remember 2-3 months back, let's say almost a year back, we were on the show advocating for right thing to be done. But today we still preaching the same message, and we'll keep preaching it. We'll not stop until change can take place in Liberia. Other than that, Liberia remain the same. We will keep talking. Let the president stand up. Let some things that I think the public seeing it today, let the other thing that the people focusing on, let the president focus on it and try to work on some of these things. Because end of the day, this thing will haunt him and will haunt the vice president as well. So and let me conclude by saying that we that in the diaspora or whatsoever around the world advocated for this government to come to power. Some people calling us now and saying, my man, it was better job we are continue. But we're listening to them.
Okay, well. so people calling you and telling you that. What do you say, Moba? What do you think? What do you say? What do you say? When you sit down and carry on your own evaluation, your own analysis of things happening, from let's not go to 1847, post-war Liberia up to now, from 2005 and up to now. What do you say to yourself? Do you sometimes
people calling
to make the decision?
The expectation, nothing. The expectation. The government is doing like worse than what Georgia did. No, they're on the same level. But the reason people calling me,
no. I want to come back. You said they're on the same level. You said this government, the previous government, are on the same level.
They say it is, it's the same. So probably if it would be the same, it could be the same. They should have elect George Weah. So that's a comparison they were making.
I'm asking for you, you as an individual, what do you think? Is it the same?
I would say yes, Nelson.
And you agree with it?
Yes, I would agree with them. It's the same. Except I can see change it because
this is the Moba Zoka. This is the Moba Zoka who sat on this platform, who campaigned on this platform. This is the Moba Zoka who told Liberians across this country to make the conscious decision they made. And Moba, after 8 months, you're coming back to say people call you and people say, you know,
because the
people is not okay, and you agree with the people and you say it's the same.
The anticipation of our people is high. Let's sit somewhere and say, no, Nelson, if you are buying copper rare, $10, and you still buying it because you made change for when the president are coming to power, are coming and Nelson.
Moba, maybe I know you're doing your opening, Moba, and I'll interrupt you. I know you're doing your opening, I'll interrupt you. We'll not have an easy show here today. But Moba, if you you, Moba, who sat on this platform, who campaigned, who told Liberians to make this decision, if you will come back in 8 months and say that it's the same, nothing has changed, absolutely nothing is working, are you giving hope to the people? You convince,
Nelson,
you use your voice to convince on this platform to make the decision.
I'm not trying
Mama,
to
are you
be or
regretting
react.
in just 6 months out of 6 years? Or
Nelson,
8 months out of 6 years? Have you
yeah.
started regretting?
I'm not listening. I'm not listening. Nelson, look, there are key places or key entities in government that the government can focus on, and what? And our people mind will be like, yes, our government is working. Let the government work on the school system, let it work on health sector, and let it work on employment. And when you work
Mama,
on the three
how
things,
long you
Nelson,
think it's gonna take? Is it something that's gonna be like switching the lights on and you know
because
you
because
just switch the
because
light on
Nelson,
and everything comes
Nelson,
on and before you know it, the entire place is bright?
because
Mama,
look, Nelson, let me conclude by saying this, right? The people voted the government in power for change, and they changed like like more than 1,000 people stood up to vote for this government. And today, the change that we advocated for on this platform, that George Weah did in the past, look, George Weah on the time past.
thank you.
But in
Thank
the
you.
same line now, it's like George Weah gave the same thing he was doing, give it to the government, and the government continue. Continuing. And we don't want that. We want the government
Thank
to
you.
come to power and
Thank you.
change from A to
You,
B.
you, you know, this is just for your opinion. I want to hold you there, Moba. Thank you
No, we
very
say the
much.
fact.
Let's take Josh. Josh, you can take your 1 minute. Moba took 1 minute 30 seconds, so you can do same. Take your 1 minute 30 seconds to do your opening. What's on your mind, Josh? I saw Vasco here. Okay, yeah. So,
Look,
go ahead, Josh. Let's hear you.
thank
Your
you,
opinion.
guys. And look, Nelson, thank you so much. And I want to thank our listeners as well for tuning in to listen to us, because everything we say here is our opinion. But guess what?
So
There's a
guys, please
difference.
share the show as you come on. Kindly share the program, and let's hope you can do that. Yeah, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, there is a difference here on the show, and I want the Liberian people to take due note. There are people here whose opinion is not based on any level of sophistication or understanding of certain things. And there are other people here who will give you information that is based on other education or experience. That's the difference here on the show. And I want Liberian people to take due note. When we came on here to defend President Weah's legacy and what he's done for the country, we spoke from the backdrop of education and we spoke from the backdrop of experience as well. We knew that it was not a flicking a switch to develop a nation that was established many years ago. We knew it was not going to be easy. It was going to take hard work. It was going to take a dedication for things to change. And what President Weah was doing, he was doing the best he could under the given circumstances. And we decided it was prudent that we keep him there because the role he was taking us somewhere. The other people who were impatient, they not even know anything about how government works. They came and say he was slow, he was not doing it, and they were saying,
Josh, if you say the other people who said he was not doing it, they were more concerned about removing him and all of that. Josh, 6 years, what are the tangibles?
Nothing.
If the government performed for 6 years, why did the Liberian people have to remove the government? Why did they have
such people like Moba Zokia?
The peace icon, the world best, the most celebrated president in the Republic of Liberia, the celebrity who became president of the Republic of Liberia, overwhelmingly elected by the young people. Why did they, just let him go in
Nelson,
just 6 years?
Nelson, that's the thing my mom used to tell me. She said, when you're in a good house, the bad bush can be calling you, right? When you are in a good relationship, somebody out there who is telling you, I can do better than that guy. I can do better than he does. I can treat you better. I can do this. If you go there, you find out it was all a bluff. And because the person wanted you to leave your good relationship to follow them so that it will just make you wayo. So you see, yes, the thing, Nelson.
What's the good relationship in this case?
Nelson,
Josh, what's the good relationship?
Nelson, let me tell you now.
And someone is asking the question now.
Yeah, in the first 6 months of President George Weah, we had groundbreaking of the road in Vartown. We had a groundbreaking and the construction started in this first 6 months. Nelson, tell me in
No,
that
no,
6
no, wait, Josh. Where did the construction start? Which Valtown are you talking about?
Nelson,
Is
I'm
it the
not talking.
Bali Island that did not become a reality? Are you
Nelson,
talking about the Ito and Igbo map that later became a fiasco? I mean, which groundbreaking are you talking about, Josh?
the Doe Community Road, Nelson. You know that. I just said Valtown because I just want to, put it in a nutshell. But I'll tell you, the Doe Community Road was constructed. It started to be constructed by that time, Nelson. And here's the thing, and thank God, Batala Ball has come because I will deal with this guy today on the show. You'll be surprised. Yeah. So here's the thing, Nelson. These guys, they were so impatient. They did not know exactly how government works. They did not know that the money you collect and the money you can use. They think money is kept somewhere where you can then go and collect it and then to spend it. No, the money you collect, that's the money you spend. Nelson, these people are saying, President, we are destroy the country, you spoil the country, but they cannot even face the country. Guess what? They know that there's no medication in JFK, but guess what? They are buying $1.2 million car for the president and the vice president. Nelson, and so much more that we don't even know about that people are doing. And you said the people spoil the country. Nelson, these are the people who were lying to the Liberian people, making them to believe all sort of lies that they could do better. Now, here we are.
So, Josh, let me ask you this question because we have to move to Princess. Princess will have to do his opening. Vasco will do his opening, and Toure will be the final person to do his opening. They will move to the talking points tonight. But Josh, if you have your home and you're feeding your kids very well, you're sending your kids to school, you're living up to your responsibility as the father, the head of the home, you're doing very well. Is it so easy? Is it easily possible for anybody to go to your kids and tell them that, look, your father is not doing well, your father doesn't love you, your father is not living up to his responsibility? When your kids see and they know and they're feeling the impact of what you're doing.
So, Nelson, here's the thing. Every human being you see, that what, as soon as they born a baby, the first thing the baby does is to cry. That crying is politics. They are telling you that something is not right. Where I used to be, I am not there. Guess what? Every human being is a political animal. Let me tell you, anyone can be cajoled into doing something strange. Everybody want to improve their life. Nelson, I tell people, I say every time I get a job, whether it's 6 figure or more than that, Nelson, I'm looking for the next step up. So if anybody comes to me and say, George, the job you're in now, they're paying you well, but I got another job that is better than this job, Nelson, I'm going by them. That's what it is. And that's how the people managed to fool the Liberian people, because these people were vulnerable. They did not know where these people were taking them. But these people were just coming to take the cars and drive around Moriba City. That's all they wanted to do.
Thank you very much. Let's have Francis to do his opening. Batala Ball, welcome to the show. Let me welcome Vasco as well. Francis, you can do your opening. 1 minute, 30 seconds, quickly.
Yeah, our brother George come here talking about people and speaking from opinion, not from a place of experience or education. He came from a place of experience, and he talked about how President Weah was taking the country on the road he was taking the country on. Not every road can lead to a good destination. It's one thing that the road he was taking the Liberian people on was leading to a path of glory or a better life. Then roads go everywhere, but depending on what happened at the end of that road. You see, that's the issue. It's not just the CDC administration. Our people in Liberia, they have this primitive mindset. That's what made Liberia everybody just stuck in Monrovia, Montserrat County. How you got a president that sat over there for 6 years? All the major development you talk about, so-called development though, are parks, soccer fields, and stuff around Montserrat County. What about the people, even in the southeast and other places? So everybody talk about he was doing good. Even the Still Stop President program doing now. What's the positive impact on the lives of the people outside of Montserrat County? We talk about decentralized in Liberia, decentralized. But everything that's happening is in Montserrat County. But I didn't want to talk about that, but he brought up the whole Judge Weah thing. But just today, the video show on Spoon Talk in the opening video too about the school. It's crazy. You see these people, they are intentionally, I think they are wicked, and they are intentionally keeping the youth of the country uneducated, because they do not want the people to learn, to be independent thinkers. They want the hours there, muya people there. That's why they don't want to educate our people. Because look at those dilapidated buildings. I will not even dry my rice in that building. I'll keep my rice in that building instead for on a farm. That's why you expect the students to work 3-4 hours to go to. You know what I'm going to put more on the lawmaker because that salary and that benefit easier to calculate. But this is across the government. Someone told me it costs $15 to build one armchair, right, for student. $45,000 that they use for one car. It can get about 3,000 armchair. The 103 lawmakers, if you pull that money together, to make armchair at $309,000. I mean, 309,000 chairs. How many schools? How many students will not be sitting on the floor? If we just use that money that went to give the people a brand new car, 103 of them, 309 students will be sitting on chairs.
And Francis, and I get where you're coming from, Francis. And yes, you want to see some solution. Yes, you want to see this issue being addressed in as soon as possible time. But is it fair to say that everything that is being done here, and a lot of time we have these conversations, so many views will be directed at what the lawmakers make, what they're taking home. Can we start to have the critical conversation now as to the way forward in terms of how this issue can be addressed? Because this is one thing here, Francis. Every single penny that the lawmakers use or they take to buy car is by law.
Yes.
And so that's why it becomes critical. And so
why
if it is by law, is it corruption? Are they stealing? When they buy the $45,000 car, are they stealing from the Liberian people? Or are they doing what the law says? What's on the book?
Nelson, that's why I call the people legal criminals. They are not stealing in the law. The three branches of government are legal criminals. The head of the three branches, they are legal criminals in our country. They are stealing from the people. But let me just say, you talk about solution. And I want a lot of people to listen. If a call for her to do the same thing the AFL wives then did to embarrass the country again.
Come on.
Something needs to be done. Because let me say something. Let me say something here. The AFL wives are not violent. They were not violent. They exercise our constitutional
right. But they blocked the airport. They
were strategic.
Airport.
But let me tell you something, Nelson. Go to our wasteful spending. What is the function of the county superintendent in that country? What are the functions? All the laws we'll be making here every day, blaming government officials. Do we ever talk about superintendents? No, because they just sitting there collecting money, right? And that's the problem. When we talk about accountability, and we talk about check and balance, I always say this: until we can start electing county superintendents and city mayors, no check and balance and no accountability, proper accountability going in our country. The lawmakers need to be jealous because when they take the money from them, look at Monserrado County, 17 representatives and 2 senators. Each of them receive, if you combine that money they receive, that $2 million. If let's just say we have a CDC superintendent in Monserrado County, and that money goes to the coffers of Monserrado County, where it's supervised and spent by the superintendent for the development of Monserrado County. The lawmaker, because they're not receiving it, they'll be jealous. So they'll say, you know what? Let complete oversight on their superintendent. But nothing going on. So until these people can be not beholden to the president, because right now all the mayors and superintendents are answerable to the president. If you just shut up and be a good boy or good girl, you get a job for 6 years, and you do not advocate for the people in your country. 1 second. In this country, the governor of New Jersey is the president of New Jersey. Joe Biden cannot tell him nothing. Because he runs his state.
I want to hold you there, Francis. This is just the opening. This is just the opening. I'm hoping that we can make the most of the time we have. There are lots of issues to talk about tonight. But Vasco, you can do your opening, and then we'll go to Batala Boy.
Okay. Let me say hi to you guys and hi to our listeners. So, sometimes you need to lower your tone. You're the rescue people there. Because all the noise you're making here now, you're told our President Bouacar, all of these things will be put into place. But because it's
We different.
the mayor
We
need
different
to
from
shut
y'all.
up.
No,
You
so
need
don't
to
call.
know.
Don't talk to all. We different.
Yeah, wait. But you think
We
like people
always
that
say the
can, you
truth.
already damage
Nobody
something
can't make
before
children
they
hang
can
himself
talk.
out. Let me hang himself.
Okay, y'all need to lower your tune, your voices. Because the people even they don't let to listen to you people. Because the calamity they in, y'all don't want to put it inside. You never knew that when you bring this the president to power, Liberia with like the volcano capside. We told you people, but you're not listening. And we bet this man to take action. That's what George was just telling you. When you see serious president as a president, you will know. But we are king, the 15,000 lawmakers are making, he reduced it. That you're trying to reduce the one they're making. Reduce all of the benefit and something. President, we are trying no gas slip, nothing. But right now, you check it out. Our born and gas slip going back. Ministers, then gas slip going back. Or director them. Gas slip going back. Everything they put there during the Unity Party 12 years, they are bringing it back because that they know we know those people. We know how they operate. That's why we were so afraid that these people shouldn't come back to power. But y'all are here scratching your vein. Oh, Baka, oh, 45 years experience. Oh, they won't. So y'all need to lower your tone small. Yeah, y'all get all change. Now George
Thank
and
you.
myself
You know,
supposed
but
to
Vasco, when you talk about
Nancy,
calamity,
not tell me thank
which,
you.
which is calamity? To have
You not see the
top
calamity, you
officials,
not see.
no, I'm coming, Vasco. To have
Yeah.
top officials of the government sanctioned back to back, thereby bringing
Political sanction.
bring it down, dragging the image of the country.
Nancy,
in
not
the
no
mud,
sanction, never
which is
drag
calamity.
any image of the country. That was that political sanction will tell you. We're not going to that sanction. But my attention, what I really want to say, I just wanted for my brother president to lower the tone small. Because Labrampo not taking your serious.
Okay, thank you
No,
very much.
no, Nancy. No.
Thank you, Vasco.
No, Nancy, no.
Okay,
No,
take
Nancy.
30 seconds to
30
conclude. Take
seconds.
30 seconds to conclude.
The president of the Republic of Liberia lied on a live video again. I
Which
expected
live
you.
video?
The president was in America, and or later say, later he appointed in Maryland. Sent a video. I sent it to you, Nelson. Sent a video to him. The president was in a meeting with people, American people and Liberian people combined. The president played that video in front of the people, telling the people that the woman said she took, I think, 40 or 30 minutes. 2 or 3 hours to get to
No, but Vasco, you're not showing your
yeah.
information. The information is inaccurate. So you have to
She
dot your
took 3
T's,
hours from Maryland. I showed them.
dot your I's and cross your T's. Yeah, dot your I's and cross
3
your T's.
hours from Maryland to Kakata. And the people from Nima, just from Ganta, to even go to Tapeta, they can even sleep on the day for 3 days. So how will you take 3 hours from Maryland to Kakata?
Okay. So Vasco, let's do this.
And
Maryland
I'm
to Kakata. Maryland to Kakata. I don't know which Maryland you're talking about, but I know that from Maryland County to Kakata will not be
Nancy, if you are lying, I'll send you the video.
So, no,
Play
but
the
Vasco,
video, let the
I don't
people
have
see the
any video
president.
here, so
Vasco,
you can find the
driving
video
car down to
later,
Maryland?
and then
right there.
we're
I
gonna
said
have
I
the
put it in the chat
conversation
room
about
today.
that. But let's have
put it there.
Toure to do his opening. Toure, please go ahead. Let's hear you.
Vasco lie. He said they were not getting gas during Jowea time. Then you see the legislative staff was
guys,
all right, guys. Let me have my own corner.
We need to give Toure his time to do his opening. Toure, please
go
ahead.
Nelson, thank you so very much. And guys, glad to be back on after maybe a 2 weeks sabbatical. But look, I'm
Toure, one of our viewers said you were in a situation and that the person has something on you. I tried calling you, but you didn't pick my call. Apparently, you knew what I was calling for. But the guy said you were in a situation and that he has something. But anyway, go ahead.
He said what? He said it. The troops have set me free, Nelson. But look, Nelson, to be quite honest, I've been in a situation where I got tired discussing liberal politics because I'm so damn frustrated. Excuse my language, Nelson. I'm absolutely frustrated, bro. And me sacrificing my time to come here every night to try to make sense, or at least try to bring sense to the discourse. You quoting Mamadi Diakite, the late Mamadi Diakite, bringing sense to the discourse. Look, I mean, there is absolutely no sense to be Broyer Nelson. At the end of the day, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed with this administration. I mean,
Are you disappointed in Councillor Gonklo?
Man, look, if the councillor would have been brought into that executive mansion to actually clean up some of those things, I'm telling you, you would have seen a different government. You know what I mean? But look, Nelson, let be truthful here. To whom much is given, much is required. We did not expect President George Manneh. We knew President George Manneh. We had some ill, you know what I'm saying, like lack of certain sophistication. And even my man George here can obviously, agree to that to a certain extent. But if you come and campaign, I mean, wait, man, you agree with me. When you come to campaign now with a president with a 12-year honor a belt as vice president, someone who has serving government for half of his years on earth, to be quite honest, you would definitely expect something different. And we are not seeing that. And I'm not going to come here and try to make excuses or try to compare Dowiata and what we are experiencing now. We expected something different. All right, we expected sophistication. We expected different form in approach, right?
Did you expect some magic here, Toure? Are you being fair to the current administration in terms of what the reality is when it comes to getting things on course? What the reality will be if you will have to fix a whole system and maybe quote unquote take over from one administration which quote unquote did not do well, and you want to come in to bring about some changes. I mean, are you looking at, are you also considering the views from the other end that says it will take some time for things
Nelson,
to
let me tell you this now. Nelson. And I'm pretty sure we are all into sports in a place there. So because I come from a sporting background. Let me tell you, Nelson, if a coach not gonna work, you don't need 2 years to figure that out, bro. You can figure that out within the first 4 or 5 matches of that coach. You know exactly it's not gonna be sustainable.
Okay, is this coach going to work? Is this coach going to work?
We are not seeing any glimpse. All right. My frustration is, look, if something is not working, open up to your people. Explain, tell your people exactly what is happening. What is hindering this government from now moving the way we anticipated or the way some of us thought that this government would have actually kept the ball rolling from day one, right? And for whatever reason that the ball is now rolling that the way we anticipated, they'll communicate that with the people, all right? But like I said, let's go back. My frustration is with the whole LDA situation, Nelson. I mean, that is something that up to today's day, I cannot fathom. Look, I'm so perplexed about what is going on there, right? That is a key sector that need a robust, like leadership there right now, right? The drugs issue was something that was made a priority on the president's agenda during the campaign. Why should that issue being placed on a back burner, on an investigation that should have taken place almost 5 months ago? And up to date, we don't know exactly what's the president's decision on that investigation. Look, at the end of the day, some of us, that's the reason why we are here, Nelson. We are not here to pamper any politician for self-aggrandizement or for some kind of opportunity down the line. No. I'm very, very much sufficient, or at least self-sufficient, in what I get in my low hustle. And I'm very fine with that. So I'm not going to be hijacked, right, with my position on issues. So the government need to do what the government promise that I bring people, and they have to do it, and they have to do it properly, and they have to do it as expeditiously.
Thanks
a lot. Thanks a lot to Ray, and I thank everyone for the opinion. There are a lot of stuff happening across the country, and I want us to get into some of the happenings. let me welcome Raymond. Raymond, thanks for joining the show. It's good to have you on tonight. And we're going to bring the rest of the folks on. But I want us to start with this video. I know a lot of you watched the video, and we're going to take just a minute across the table on this one. Let me have this up. They're happening today at the Rawa International Airport. The flooding situation, the leakage, you want to put it that way. This is an infrastructure that a little over 50 million was spent on. The total cost of the new passenger terminal project was 50 million. While the refurbishment of the runway, to have a refurbished runway and everything, cost around 30 million. And we're talking about something that happened just yesterday, if you want to say it that way. Just yesterday. It seemed like yesterday, 2017, when this entire project was concluded. Well, the construction began in 2016, and by 2017, the project was concluded. It was turned over. 2017 up to now, we'll be talking about 12 years or so. That's going to be corrected. We haven't even gone 12 years because the first 6 years, President George Weah, and we're talking about 7 years or thereabout. But why do we have this situation happening? I understand that, the authority, the Liberia, Aviation Authority.
No answer entering in the team. No answer entering in the terminal. No answer entering in the terminal. Yay. Y'all keep pushing back. Y'all keep pushing back. Oh my God. I'll put it out, man. Y'all working. Yeah, man. The thing they can get P1 to air. Why the P1 you don't have to push the water back? The whole place coming to be flooded out. But nobody on the side. On the side, water coming inside.
Have it, folks. There you have it. Somebody said that Prophet Key Math I did that whole calculation for the years. Yeah, that Prophet Key Math. But this is the situation. Let's start with you, Mova. Where do we start this thing from? Is it with President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former President Sirleaf, who did not do a good work, under whose administration quality job was not done? Or is it with President George Weah, who did not do well in terms of maintaining this facility? Because it's one thing to erect the facility and stuff like that. The maintenance aspect is another thing, a whole thing all by itself. I want to hear from you more about. Let's start a conversation.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. Look, I will say this, right? For the airport, I will not blame the president.
You're not blaming President Barker?
I will not. The reason is simple, Nelson. Look, they got engineer, right? When that airport doing Eddie Joseph celebration, they started our airport. Our airport was not complete. When George Weah came to power, he forced that airport for people to complete our airport quickly. Go on Costa page. Costa posted a document. Costa discussed our airport more than a week. How George Weah was forcing the people, he was rushing them to complete our airport faster so they can be able to present it. Because he wanted to be ahead of it. And Costa laid a lot of things that was not complete in our airport at that time. The bathroom, the sitting place. He need a lot. If you check on Costa page, it's still there. Costa brought it out and people say, oh, because at that time Costa was against the government. So, look, let me tell you, Nelson,
It will
You
not.
know, Moba, is very important that
Yes.
we go back into a few things here.
Yeah.
What I do know is that on Monday, the 18th of December, 2017, former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf had a pre-dedication of that particular facility. She dedicated the facility. At the time, yes, maybe you want to talk about that aspect. It wasn't complete.
It wasn't.
But former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf did a pre-dedication of the facility.
But George, we are opening the airport for use. Nelson, is not adding. George, we are. Check it out.
Okay. No. I want us to set this thing right so that our people can understand it.
Yeah.
You're mentioning former President George Weah.
Yeah.
But let's agree, let's settle on the fact here that former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf had her own dedication she did with that facility.
Nelson dedication can be opening of the cell. I mean, starting of the project, she can do groundbreaking and private.
I'm not talking about groundbreaking. No, it wasn't a groundbreaking, Moba. It wasn't a groundbreaking. It wasn't a groundbreaking. No, it wasn't a groundbreaking.
But doing anytime like Nelson, that airport was not working. It was not working. Doing George Weah turn, they completed that airport. My brother Romoya can attest to that because at that time he was there. I'm telling you things that I know, Nelson. So end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that you cannot blame this present government for that airport. Because if you starting something, if you end it well, what happened? It was fall. And the president will empower all the...
I want you to hold on a bit. Just hold on a bit. Let me share this particular video. Let me do something here real quick.
And make sure you look for George Weah on the video, you share it too.
For the sake of our audience. Moba, we will share what we have. We're gonna share what we have. If you have something we don't have, you can share it as well, and we'll be glad to do that. But let's watch this video. Let's watch this video.
Back some of the major airlines that used to serve Liberia in days past, and to the management team, all they have done to ensure that this runway was completed. So let me dedicate this, first of all, with a prayer to God, who has been able to get us all to be alive to see this happen, and to Liberian people who dedicate it to their service, as they are the ones who enable all of us to be able to be where we are, to be in the positions we have been in, to be able to achieve this. So with that, we see this runway now for Liberia service, the safety of all of those who will be using it. Hey, Ambassador, I know this is not your project, but John.
So there you have it. I don't want us to go any further.
Yeah.
But
go
there
ahead.
you
That's
saw
a- I-
former
I-
President
yeah.
Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
Yeah.
There you saw former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf dedicating the runway.
Okay.
So when we talk about the pre-dedication,
Yes.
that was the program.
But
She
Nelson-
dedicated the runway.
Yeah, Nelson, at that time, some part of the airport was not complete at that time.
Okay, but you agree that she carried on
She
some
did-
dedication,
yeah.
to the place, right?
Nelson, but and even it was not at that time. People are still using the old terminal. There are old terminal aside. People are still using it because they said they needed to carry on assessment on before they open it. So at that time, they
go ahead with your point. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
coming
what
out. They were
the
needed
president-
the airport authority and other people who know about it to come and carry on our assessment people who started the project. But George Weah said no. He wanted to open the airport so that he can get the glory at that time. But because you're already in power, he could take his own time. So another day, there are a lot of things. Even when it comes to the electricity fault, it started from that time, Nelson. Suppose you didn't come here and say that Bwaka. No. He never went there. And I mean, he started it from here regime and completed no. So when it leaking, what happened? The government, now what they need to do, what we must say, I think our concern here is we should push the government. The government said, no, we don't even have to push them. They already know what to do. All they need to do, they fix it. They fix the problem. That's it.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
let me
very
conclude by
much.
saying the next thing. Fasco, I hear you before you're talking, say blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you this. We know the government are in power. We put it there. If they're doing wrong, will say it. That's
Thank
the
you.
reason why Joshua lost the election because of you, Vasco. You will say it, yeah, then you go and say it a different way.
I
If
get
somebody
it.
doing things right,
I want to
you
hold
say
you
it.
there. I want to hold you
If
there.
somebody
Let's
doing things
move
wrong,
to
you say
Josh.
it.
Josh, please take your 1 minute and gradually we want to go across the table and transition on this talking point.
Nelson, some of us, we are different on this platform. And that's why when we speak with authority and we demand listeners to listen to us. Because when we speak here, we don't speak out of emotions. We don't speak out of what talking point people are taking. We speak from the point of knowledge, understanding, and education as well. Because every day that passes by, we educate ourselves by talking to other people, by listening to other people. You get educated by that. Not only classroom people can get educated from, you can informally get educated by just listening to people and try to rationalize what people are saying. And from there, you can learn. I don't want to put any airport problem. I don't think there's a problem at the airport. That water, that rain, when there's excessive rain, things happen. Here in the country I live, when there's excessive rain, plane can land on the tarmac because the level of water that gets on something, like for instance, drainage. Drainage is calculated in so many ways. That means the volume of water and the diameter of the pipe that taking that water away. If that pipe cannot take more than maybe 100 milliliter of water per second or per minute, and that rain comes there, it will get flooded. So I don't think there is any issue with the airport that needs urgent attention. When there's flood, places get flooded. But the reason why we don't want to say anything and want to see these guys suffer in that mayhem because they lack knowledge, Nelson. Because anything that happens, it goes in their emotion. They start to yell. Because there is no technical knowledge behind what they are saying. It's just because they can yell. Because what they see, influences that emotion. That what happens. I don't think
Josh, you are saying that there's nothing wrong with the airport. Do you think, Josh, a project that's 50 million United States dollars was spent on, 30 million on the runway? Do you think that in less than 9 years we should be experiencing this kind of situation we have now with the kind of leakage at the airport?
Nelson, from my knowledge, looking at what happened there, I understand leakage, Nelson. We passed at the airport, it rained and no water went in there. When there is flooding, when there is excessive rain, things will happen. Different places that you never thought water will pass there because it's flooding. It's natural disaster, right? It's a tragedy. One of my little friend who supported the UP called me in the recent time that a whole house was flooded and he needed money for me to help him to move to a place, of higher ground. This is a place he had lived for many years. But at this time, the whole place got flooded. It has never happened in his life before. He's been living out for more than 20 years. So we cannot equate this to poor infrastructure or poor maintenance or anything. This is a natural disaster and we have to deal with it as such.
So do you really think the maintenance department under the previous administration did well?
Nelson,
in that facility?
Nelson, for the fact that the facility still exists and still meets the functionality that it was built for, we cannot question, maintenance. We are not saying that the floor busting and nobody replacing the tire. We're not saying the light going off and nobody replacing the light bulb. Those are maintenance issues. We're not building new addition to the building. All we are doing is to maintain it, to make sure that it's clean, it's fit for purpose. That's what we're there for. That's what maintenance is all about. To make sure when one zinc get hold on it, you replace the zinc or whatever. That's what it is. So we are not going to put this on any government. All we want to say is that these are things that did not happen during George Weah time. Disasters have come upon this nation that every day there is flood, there is fire, there is this and that because of the person in power. Wakai. People said it. There's a pastor that is on the internet. He said, if you vote Wakai, disaster is coming to Liberia. That's what is happening now. And people are.
I know that you're pastor. I don't know whether that yes, daddy or what. But let's do this, Josh. Let's do this.
Yeah.
At one point, you try to disassociate the politics with this whole thing, but then you come back. So you are saying that You're not putting this on any government. Well, coming back to drag President Bwaka in this. Josh,
I mean,
when
gotta
did
put
you
you
become
I gotta
when
put
did you
you
become a spiritual consultant, or that you're talking about calamity? But again, I want you to just take your 20 seconds and just
Thank you.
conclude.
So Nelson, look, believe me or not, I'm not in Liberia. I will be there soon, but I'm not there. And I'm not going to say, I know exactly what is happening in Liberia, but I know that people are suffering. People are suffering than they suffered for the past 6 years. Things are tough. President Bwaka needs to do something. We're not going to be talking about one-time rain that fall heavy, so it flooding the airport. We're not going to base on that. But let him look at the economic situation of the country. People are suffering. Bwaka, please do something.
Thank
Don't
you.
sleep alone.
I want to hold you there, Josh. Thank you.
Thank you.
Francis, let's hear you on this. We're going to take Vasco and after Raymond, we're going to transition to the next talking point.
Yeah, before I even get to this talking point, I just want to say something. I brought up Vasco and George. George said we should apologize to them. Vasco said we're not going to credit the Liberian people. See the difference between those of us campaign for this administration and you, Sakis. Because you're not even seditionists. Seditionists are the ones that say, oh, we're not good states here. Let's switch over and vote for Unity Party in other places. But Saki boys from the Sakimo tree, you're not here. Y'all will never speak the fact. During the last 6 years, you guys will go in your room and bang your head on the wall with frustration and cry. They'll come outside and say, Baku, you strong. That's why you did. But for us, because we want change for our people, we know our people are suffering. We knew anybody but George Weah would be good. But I said today, maybe we elected the President Bwaka man 6 years too late. So we admit that. But that doesn't mean Liberia people did not do the best or make the best decision by voting George Weah out. So let's come to the airport thing. George, you use a lot of words there. Oh, education, coming from place of information, blah, blah, blah. Did you see the video where the roof was leaking? Then you kind of talk about, oh, this had nothing to do with maintenance, is flooding, this, that, and the other. You are not speaking from place of knowledge. You have no information. That place, the roof was leaking. Come on, bro. Get your information, get your facts right. And you say that plane don't leak. That plane leaked during President Weah time too. So you stop lying to the people. That's why you guys were not, this particular CDC, Saki group, right? They continue to lead the CDC party. You guys will just be out there south, and you'll never come back to power. It hurt because our country is still suffering. So you guys just turn your shame into voting. How can say, well, let's vote the people there. We don't care, we don't get no solution. Let's vote. That's all you're doing. We got no credibility to the Liberian people. Liberian people already suffer under the
Francis, just before we move to Vasco, in all fairness, as a Liberian, politics aside, political party support and all of that aside, do you really think we should be to where we are now, where you have the roof leaking and all of that at the airport?
Absolutely not. That's why I say our leaders are jokes. These people, these people are jokers from the anytime the Bagugba, and now these people are jokes. They don't think about what's supposed to be done in the best interest of the people. They will take money. They will take plenty of money. When see it coming today, the only thing I recognize in registering that bring out, oh, how can we steal some? How can we steal some? How can we steal some? You see that airport at $50 million? Are you kidding me? $50 million airport? So when we're coming to any Johnson administration, they're just about, oh, how can we steal? How can we steal and post on here? And post on here. And job we are in tattoo, all that former field or building, all the money I keep in international community to help. How can we steal? How can we steal? The road fund, all everything. Now our leader there. The city happening now. Any money how can we steal? Because there's no accountability in our country. Everybody that go. I talk about the 3 branches of government.
But Francis, again, man.
Tell me what part of that legal criminals. Legal criminals.
Everybody in the government can be criminals.
Is legal is good.
Are you? Come on, man, Francis. Come on.
From the speaker.
Come on.
The executive.
Come on.
The judiciary. illegal criminals. The fact that they can convince themselves that the money they are getting, they worth it. And the people suffering, they're working for hours, buildings, and they get convenience. And then they hypnotize themselves to think that what they are doing is right. The money they are collecting is right. They deserve it. And they even like Aaron Snow, the Yaka Koliba of the Senate, as I can call him, say he need more money. You think the people there? There's something fundamentally wrong with those people.
Thank you very much. I want to hold you there, Francis, and let's bring Vasco in. Vasco, go ahead. Let's hear you. Shirley, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on.
Thank you, Nelson. Before I go to the airport issue, I want to say thank you to my brother Francis, because on two occasions now tonight, you have told the Liberian people that President Bwaka is a legal criminal. And you just said again that from the three branches of government, the heads of the three branches of government, they are all criminals.
Across all branches of government, from government to any time.
And this is the thing. Let's do this. Let's do this, guys.
The head of the branches.
Let's do this. Let's do this, guys. That's his view.
Yeah,
that's
Francis.
I
want to get to a point.
That's something that, if you were to ask me personally, I would tell you that not everyone in government are criminal. They are decent. They are decent people in government. They are people who give up a whole lot to go into public service to serve.
Who side you on? The Liberian people or the
politicians? I'm coming. They are in government. They were in previous administration. Some of them were in the administration before the previous administration, and some of them are in this administration. To say that everybody, so it means that what
rescue people say, Nancy, what you want for her to say?
No, I'm coming. Yes. Vasco, you're gonna have your time. You already gone 1 minute into your time.
No, I haven't got nothing yet. Don't cut me off, God. No.
But go ahead, Vasco. Let's hear you. Hear you.
I want to try to get to a point. You know, these guys that damage our country that are sitting on the show tonight, they usually they have a saying that, oh, we don't support that black guy, and they will get come with talk. The Liberian. Now, if I stand and you stand, the both of us stand somewhere, you know that the people will take you. The first thing they'll say that you're poor in their suffering. That's how they're calling you now. You're the one poor in their suffering. All the people that support that black guy, all the communities in Liberia, they don't talk. And so you tell the person that you're the ones poor in the suffering. So you don't have the voice now. We got the voice to speak because we were telling the people this is not right for our country. So you don't
can we go to the airport situation?
Let's go to the airport.
Let's go back to the airport.
Josh can try to polish the thing to make it fun for you. But for me, I will go direct. Nelson. Josh, we are 6 years. We know God have a ring, every damn pull a ring. A ring heavy, but because we had a strong maintenance team that was taking good care of that airport, that's why you know saw leakage.
So did President George Weah go with the maintenance team? Did he carry the maintenance team with him?
You have the leaders make the maintenance team to work. I don't know.
So how about the darkness? How about the darkness?
Incompetent people. So we don't know. Maybe they went to the airport authority and did the same thing.
How about the darkness?
My man, give me a chance.
I asked you, is the maintenance? A part of the maintenance team.
My man, wait back.
Mute that man. Mute that man. That man is
you know the reason why the government is suffering and today they're experiencing another heavy disgrace. And I heard my brother talking. Oh, remember, when you do dedication of a project, that project is ready to be used. The airport not just place that I work that way I work. Airport is not just place you just jump on planes start flying. No, there be different process. Different group of people will come to examine that place before one plane will land over there. So that airport was ready. That's the reason why flights started coming to Liberia. Okay? So these people were suffering nursing because what they did, every sector these people went to, they took people that already know those places that have been working there for a very long time, and they took their own people and care of their own people there.
You think so?
That's what they're doing everywhere. That is why today you see the public where they stealing in every sector, they just stealing. Combat ministry, they just damaging everything. Because you need to keep people that know those places that can tell you, say, look, at this time this thing will happen. We need to take precaution. They're not doing it. The country is getting so terrible, Nelson. And when we come here, when we're talking, you have to give up more time. Me and George, we're supposed to be having extra time to be speaking to our people.
Come on, man. Come on, Vasco. Vasco, thank you. Thank you very much.
I mean, the people that damage our country.
You can't lie the 6 years away. You can't lie the 6
Thank
years
you very
away.
much, Vasco. Raymond, let's hear you, Raymond.
We're not discussing sins here now.
Shelley will be next. Raymond, go
Let
ahead.
me tell the pastor talk about what happened to Liberia.
Come on.
The people have behind there already. They don't want to hear from
West
you.
time history, almost 17
Guys,
months
let's
ago,
give Raymond his time. Raymond, go ahead.
Thank you for silencing Vasco so I'm able to participate on the show. It's sad that a group of Liberians would choose to put an individual over a country and will use falsehood, deception as a means to sell the individual they idolize. But for us, we come here to put country first. And for 177 years, where our country is not where it should be. And that because of bad leadership, by and large corruption. This airport is a typical example. Nelson, as you said, right? The project began in 2016. You are also right that in 2017, the president, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, dedicated a section of the work. That was the runway. The terminal was still under construction at the time. And the works were done by a company called the China Harbor Engineering Company, a Chinese group that did that work. And because I work at the Ministry of Public Works, I can speak with a certain authority on this topic. It was corruption during Ellen Johnson Sirleaf tenure. It was corruption during George Weah tenure. The value for money we have for that airport is not justice to the Liberian people. You were right. The project value was in the tune of $50 million. That included the runway and the terminal. The airport should accommodate around 320,000 passengers a year. And it's about the terminal now is about 5,000 square meters. But that terminal, as we're discussing it, was dedicated in 2019 by President George Manuel Weah. And Morba is right. I was part of the ceremony. That's when it got open to passengers to use it. It was the old terminal that was used all along, even though the runway was being used after 2017 dedication. And let me speak to the corruption. We are the Ministry of Public Works, and we'll speak truth to the Liberian people without fear and favor. When the works got started, I will use the ministerial complex as an example. I was part and parcel of the inspection works at the ministerial complex. We held the Chinese accountable for their work they deliver on a daily basis. Because public work had an independent eye, not part of the Chinese, verifying what work they do. And in engineering, to our audience, you don't get nobody job and where they monitor or supervise yourself. We had a firm that was monitoring the work that the Chinese were doing at the airport. But we, the owner at the government of the Republic of Liberia, engineering entity called the Ministry of Public Works, needed to keep an eye because we are engineers as well. We can verify a thing in real time. That wasn't done. We didn't have Public Works presence at the airport during the construction period. Then became a change in government, especially the terminal as we are talking about right now. The project got completed under President George Manuel Weah. And at that time, even if you didn't initiate the work, you can stay self-correct. You can inspect and you can verify and you can approve going forward. President George Manuel Weah government was informed of all the missteps that took place under former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. But let me tell you guys about construction and corruption. When the contractor got money, and there's money in the project that can go around,
You have 30 seconds.
especially in Liberia, corruption, the chances of corruption are very high if people are not honest. Because the contractor is about making money, it's about making profit. So the contractor do not want to stay long on the project to redo. Redo means to correct all the wrongs that were done. No contractor wants that. So the best a contractor can do is to bribe. And I can say for a fight here, because I'm a technical person, I'm an engineer. All the advice were given to not dedicate that project, and because there were a lot of wrongs. And I will tell you a lot of things that happened after the dedication in no time. The escalator failed. In no time. Boba said it right. There were leakage during President we are tenure. And George spoke about, because he's knowledgeable, he's an engineer, he can tell you possible causes. That's true. But no engineer is supposed to tell you what it is without an inspection done. You got to know the specific cause, not general cause and assumption cause. Possible you can say, okay, likelihood who could be this, that, and other. But that's not a report until you go to the site and verify and can ascertain why. And let me share with the Liberian people before I leave. After a project is completed, the owner has a period of a year to hold back portion of the contractor's money. So even if you didn't catch the errors that were done during construction, over that period of 1 year, you can still hold the contractor liable to go back. You can still sue the contractor. You can still go to arbitration to ensure that the contractor self-correct. It was under President George Manuel Weah that 1 year passed. So if you're going to hold anybody liable, hold President Weah liable. In fact, he didn't initiate the project. He passed the project. It was under his administration that entire project got approved by the government of Liberia, because government is continuity. The powers Ellen Johnson Sirleaf had when that project got initiated, that's the power George Weah had when the project got completed. And now we see what it is. And I can tell you with all certainty that project did not meet the value for money. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Raymond.
You should mention deferred liability period as well, because it involves that. You don't need to hold the
That's
money.
why I was talking, but I didn't have to use the word deferred liability because I wanted the Liberians to understand. That's why I defined when I said 1 year. But I didn't want to use it because Liberian will not understand what deferred liability means. You and I will understand that. Yeah, you and I will understand that. But I'm speaking to everybody that listening.
Raymond talked about Omar in the video. That George talked to the people in Australia.
Raymond just lied to the Liberian people again.
Don't mind Raymond.
Yeah.
CDC, when you speak truth, CDC, the only thing they gotta say is to say lie.
That video Nessie play, that just short portion Nessie play on that video.
You don't know Muya.
Go back and listen to that whole video and know whether the airport wasn't dedicated, whether the terminal wasn't dedicated to.
No, it wasn't dedicated.
When you mean Vasco, or Vasco to our
Vasco, the thing about you lie so much until the truth is not associated with you.
Nessie, you can mute me and keep the other people on.
Yeah, so guys, we have to make progress. We have to make progress. Listen, we're gonna go to the phone lines. We're gonna go to the phone lines. I really want us to hear from the Liberian people. Let's take some calls. 0555. Okay. So 0555-101075, 0555-101075. The WhatsApp number, I will put it up now. And let's hear from the Liberian people. Let's hear how people weigh in their thoughts on these issues. There are lots of other issues that we really thought to dive into, but we just don't have that much time. But let's hear from the folks. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Clarence Moore. I'm calling from Lower Maggie.
Clarence, let's hear you.
Yeah, first of all, I will say, hello, how you doing? Begin Clarence. Thank you very much for analysis. What you doing for us as we educating your citizens. So now I would like for you to tell the panelists, at least you can speak with fight, you speak with statistics, but then you come with this sedition mentality. It will not make us to learn anything. You see, but in our country, when we put everything like quality, we will not go anywhere.
Thank you.
We fight to educate people, my brother. Vasco, enjoy. Peace.
Thank you very much. Hello, your name and where you calling from?
No, see, Tommy Jr. How are you, my brother?
Yeah, Tommy Jr. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Good evening to our wonderful panelists. Another great discussion. Again, I always say this, and I'm sorry I'm repeating it, but I really enjoy listening to you guys. I learned a lot from you. So I have a couple of points, so I'm just going to beg for a little bit of time, and I'll get you in really, really quick. The first thing I want to say is this. My brother Raymond always say this, and I really love what he said. He always say, hey, tell me we need to elevate the conversation. And so because of that, I think we need to check Vasco. Vasco made a claim earlier that was completely false. He said that President Weah reduced the salaries of the representatives and the senators. That is completely false. I think it's in the Constitution, Article 34, I believe is what it is. Only the legislatures have the authority to set their own compensation. To make that statement, this is an international show. We need to check those falsehoods. That is completely false. The second thing I want to say is this, and this is the last thing. I understand that we're shifting blame everywhere. President Weah didn't do this for the airport, and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf didn't do this, and I get it. The blame is enough to go all around. I'm a little disappointed in my UP brother because they didn't hold this government responsible. No, the current government has some form of responsibility of what is going on right now. It doesn't matter that the president, actually, I'm sorry, it did matter a bit that the past government didn't do well. But everything that our brothers and them have said tonight is that this government was aware that the past government didn't do what they did. We are 9 months in. If you knew that the previous government didn't do the job, the authority, the ministry, the organization, the agency that is responsible for the oversight of the airport, the very first thing that they needed to do when they came into power is to make sure that our one international airport is up to standard. Nelson, it raining inside our airport. That's embarrassing. I don't care how you do it. This government needs to take some form of responsibility for that. So thank you for the time.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot for your input. Let's take another person here. Hello, your name and where you calling from?
Nelson, this is Michael Wayne. I call from Pennsylvania.
Okay, let's hear you.
Let me tell you something. Our leaders doesn't understand what it takes for their citizens to express themselves when they're doing it. I'm speaking out of anger. Leaders in Liberia, they know violence. And this is frustrating the fact that people are living in a deplorable condition, but authorities are just merrymaking all around the place. And since the Joe Biden that we all elected to come to power, what has he done over the past 8 or 9 months? This thing is frustrating.
Thank you.
Understand?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's take another person here. Hello. Okay, so let's go back to the line here. 0555101075. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, your name and where you call from.
From Police Academy.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Look, all your discussion I've been monitoring and listening to you. But like people are suffering. Even you go buy in the market, people themselves are complaining. Some of them are regretting why they ever put this government there. Honestly, I'll be frank with you. The parents are suffering. So you're trying to do something.
Thank you.
That on the people, but there's too much stealing going on.
Thank you.
Please, the parents are suffering.
Thank you very much. Let's hold you there and bring on the WhatsApp caller. Hello.
Yes, hello, Leslie. How you doing?
Yeah, go ahead, sir. You're live on the show.
Yes. Leslie, thank you for the show and thank you for everybody that on that show already enjoying the topic. But Leslie, let us get to the fact. I just always say, oh, the past government, the past government. Okay, example, when you marry a woman and the woman is not doing well, they're in the house, not doing cleaning out, not doing nothing, not cooking, and you decided, oh no, for the reason I'm going to take you I'm going to put you out. I'm going to bring a new woman. And the new woman come in. And the new woman do the same thing. Why you left that woman and doing the same thing? And you will still blame it on the old woman that go. So how your home will be clean?
So what's your point, sir? What's your point?
Okay, my point here is today look at the airport. So the airport is such a thing go on. Look at the government those that in charge now. Look at them. And I want to make the point. Look at the suffering of Liberians. We love our president, and we all are Liberian. We need to love our president. We need to love our senator. But look at the senator. Look at the representative. The senator, everybody crying all the time over the air, and nothing has changed. It's still going on when the common people in our country suffering. How about the blind? How about the disabled? How about the children? How about the vulnerable people?
Thank you.
It's painful.
I want to hold you there. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so let's hold you there and bring the final WhatsApp caller. Then we'll go to the local line to take some calls. Hello.
Yeah, Nelson, how you doing?
Yes, sir. We okay. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Bud. You see, when disaster happens, it happens everywhere around the world. Right here in America, that me, Vasco, Georgie, since we've been on this show, that today I heard Josh Wader saying the truth from his gut down to my lip right here. Georgie, thank you. Natural disaster is natural disasters. Our problem in Liberia is maintenance. We don't maintain anything. Look at Hotel Africa today, what we used to call OAU Center, way back in 1979. Look at North Carolina. Look at other areas around us here. The water web, everything. Water is powerful. But for people like Vasco to sit down here and make mockery out of the Liberians is bad. And the second thing here is this. Liberia is not Monrovia. Monrovia is our capital. Look in the various counties out of Maserado. Look in the 14 counties, people are doing business. People going on their business issues. People are developing in their country. I come in there and get me 30 seconds. People are developing their counties. Let these people go. Their parents have natural land that God gave us. Let them go plant potato. Let them go plant cassava. A Nigerian woman plant cassava, and she's a millionaire today. What happened to we, the Liberians? Do we want to be the America that government will sponsor people in their mouth or people where? Thank you, man. Look, Georgie,
thank you very much.
Georgie, thank you today, man. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
Okay. Thank you. Tomorrow, I think you will change.
Tell me to leave me alone.
Hello, you are live.
Yeah, good morning, gentlemen in the studio.
Yeah.
You know, our mob supposed not to be deceptive or deceitful.
Mm-hmm.
You know the situation.
Please say your name, sir, and where you're calling from. Please say your name and where you're calling from, sir.
I'm calling from Morris's farm.
Okay.
Look, young people speaking out about Liberia should be fair because there is a feature for them and there's a feature for Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
If you check everything in Liberia under Manasali, under Manawia, Mr. Weah, everything was broken down as a result of corruption. This happened and not by the international partners, and even Liberians who see better things coming from Liberia. Then we see Joseph Boakai just came for 8 months. And we are condemning LA. We are condemning because we believe that people who corrupted this government from Ellington down to Joe, because it is the Boakai administration who is ushering audit. For me, for the hear about government over a productive body. So as a result, the law of corrupt people will be on President Walker. Why I ask those of you living in the diaspora, you talk about natural phenomena that is affecting the whole world due to globality. Then you say it is Walker. We have to be very sincere. It is because of insincerity we see corruption permeating our society.
Thank you.
I want to let us know. If we live in diaspora, support the other system. Let there be accountability. People who commit the worker will not be immune from harboring people who are committing or conducting corruption in his government because
Thank you.
he has come to rescue this country.
I want to hold
that
you
is
there.
why Liberia will have to listen, pray, so that this thing can be a reality for change to come to our country. Instead of sitting down in America and condemn around international airport.
Thank you very much, sir. And let's do this, folks. When you call on the show, when I say thank you, it means that you should wrap up now. You know, but sometimes I think you can be there. Just start making your point.
Martin from Vasco, Nelson.
You know, and guys, let's do this, please, please, please.
Princeton.
I'll take the last two calls and then we wrap up from the phone line. Hello.
Yes. Yes. Good morning.
Yeah, go ahead quickly. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Let me tell you guys for the show today. My name is Israel. I'm from District 3 at this hour.
Israel, please go ahead quickly.
My name is Israel. Actually, let me tell you guys, thank you again. Brother, let me agree with the other guy that in studio there. Telling our leaders then from the executive coming down. But you know, this country we're in today, what we are going through today, brother, let me be bold to you people. We will bring a particular platform today, like poor in this particular parameter, which is the particular CEO of particular platform, Mr. Satan Waterspoon. He the one that was today, like you see, like we're going this far. Satan Waterspoon was on the same platform telling the Liberian people to vote for the particular government. And now today we put our trust, our hope in him who voted for the particular government. And now Satan Waterspoon now in the US, he's seeing how this particular country going on.
So let me ask you a question. Okay, so let's communicate now. I mean, when you call,
did he say sit on Waterspoon? Sit on Waterspoon?
So hello.
I was like,
okay,
no,
so
he said Staton. He didn't say Staton.
Let's take the final caller here, guys. Hello, your name and where you calling from? Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Nelson. My name is Thomas. I'm calling from the U.S.
Okay, go ahead.
Nelson, thank you very much. I love the show. I love your smile. I'm looking at you right now.
Thank you.
I love the conversation you had with George, and it was so mature and responsible. You know, when you corrected George when he said George Weah was doing the construction road, then later on he said, okay, sorry, I made a mistake. That was a responsible conversation. And then George was very composed and responsible when he said, look, that's a disaster issue. We shouldn't blame on any administration. I said, wow, George Weah, no firecracker now, he's nothing to icing on the cake. I said, well, I love this. And I just started enjoying George today. People, the mistake happened. Nelson, I love your crew. The only lady among you. Good evening. We love you. Continue to come. God bless y'all.
Thank you very much for your input, sir. We appreciate we appreciate you following the show and making your contribution. Well, guys, we have to wrap up. You know, but there's a report of some disaster in Rivers County. Of a serious flooding situation going on there. I saw Mr. Ava on not too long. We want to bring him on just briefly. So we have a little conversation on that. And then okay. Sorry guys, I have to okay, so so I think we'll do that tomorrow. We're gonna do that tomorrow. So Yeah, we're gonna do that tomorrow. But let's go ahead and do our closing now. It's been a great show, and I think we've managed to have the show just within time, and we are closing in
But Nelson,
time.
I didn't even say to my opinion.
Yeah, so you will do your
We are
closing
closing.
and
Why I'm
opening
gonna
just
call
at once.
Charlie.
You join everything together.
No,
Yeah,
I
so
actually came to church early, but Vasco was talking.
We'll join everything together.
yeah, so
Okay.
I think we can go around the table and do our closing now. And
Yeah.
let's start with you, Francis. No, we're not
Oh,
starting with you, Baba. We're
no
starting
problem.
with Francis. Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, a good show. Thanks to our viewers and listeners. I just want to say something to our folks in Liberia. You know, we are here in the diaspora. We are not your
So
enemy. We don't think we are better than you guys, and we are. For me, let me speak for myself. I'm jealous of the fact that I cannot come back to Liberia and just sit down there right now and enjoy myself. The last time I was there,
okay,
I enjoyed
okay.
myself.
Sorry, Francis. Sorry to interrupt you, Francis. Why are we doing our closing? We can just do this just all in one. Um, there has been this conversation, and most times, when we have to do our opening, folks will bring this in. They will throw this in as well. Is there anything wrong? Is there anything wrong with the president um, riding a bulletproof vehicle? Is there anything wrong with that? Now, because this has been one of the major talking points. This has been one of the concerns, and Liberians are divided on this. This platform being the space where some of the bright minds in the country will come and make analysis on this issue. As we do our closing tonight, I just want us to make some analysis around this. And because of this, we're going to take 2 minutes across the table, across the panel. Let's hear your thoughts. Let's hear your analysis around this.
Okay, yeah. So for me, absolutely not. The bulletproof vehicles, armor vehicles are necessary for our president and vice president in Liberia. The only problem I have, or I will have, is if they went and purchase new ones, knowing that the ones they inherited from the last administration, if they were still in good condition, but it went and spend money on buying new ones, they'll have a problem. But we know our people in Africa how they do. So I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with that. No, absolutely not. Our leaders need to be secure. They need to be protected. So yes, it's deserving all around the world. Leaders use armor vehicle because you don't know fanatics and courts people and stuff like that. They can come and do anything crazy and try to harm the leader. So they need it. So, but if it was wasteful spending because they just wanted to buy a new one, then we'll have a problem.
Okay, so your problem would be if there was one already available for former President George Weah, and then this government came in and bought another one. But then let's go back a little, Francis, to the government policy on vehicles and stuff like that. You know that even the legislators, the lawmakers, when they purchase their vehicles, they use it for 3 years. After the 3 years, they get another vehicle. So, what if in this case, former President George Weah had one, and the time frame as per the policy has elapsed, and then the current president will have to get another one?
Okay, Nelson, I give up. I hate that policy, but if that's the case, then they can all buy a new airplane that are business. Me, I don't want that to because it gets pissed me every time I hear them talking about vehicle for these people. But I want to talk to our people in Liberia. Honestly, we are in the diaspora. We want to come back home. We want to. So when we're talking like this, it's because we want our country to be better. We don't see us as better than our people in Liberia. We were just fortunate and blessed to come over here. And some of us got constructed jealousy. We want to come back to Liberia so and bring our children with us and say, you know what? I don't have to go to America for my child to get better quality education, better healthcare, and all that stuff. I can sit in Liberia and send my son to junior high school, to public school, not even private school, to government school in Liberia, and that person get quality education. That's what we want. That's why we come here. We speak passionately. We get upset, and we say some things. It's because we do not. Our country is suffering. Our people in Liberia are suffering, and we don't want it to continue that way. So, what are you for CDC, United Party, MOVE, or whatever the case may be? We all want the same thing. So, nobody is better than the other, but we should all try to make sure we speak the truth and make sure we hold our leaders accountable. That's what we are doing to the administration. Unlike our brothers that did not do it to the last administration, you can go back in record and find out if there was one time, if there's one video that George Vasco criticized the last administration, you'll find that video and bring it. Never. Because everything during that time, why you say the country was Miami, he told you the country was like Miami in the US, and they all believe it. But we'll criticize the particular administration until President Barack can do good for the Liberian people. Thank you.
Thank you. So let's take Vasco, then Remo will be next, and then we take Josh.
Nelson, thank you. It was a great show, and we'll make ourselves available here to inform our Liberian people about things that they are going through, right? Nelson, you're in the country. I always say this: we should focus our attention on the country, on the people, because everything we're doing on this show is about the people, our citizens that live in Liberia. Like I said it last time, y'all say, oh, because I saw charisma. If this government do the right thing, and our people will benefit, they will enjoy.
I think someone needs to send a link to Karishma. With all the criticism Josh bring on the government tonight, you send a link to Karishma. As soon as she gets on the show,
if the government
is going to take a
360, the people will benefit. We will not even have that voice or the time to come here to be criticizing. Because what you will be criticizing? But you saying that, look, and I hate to hear them saying, oh, the difference between you guys and us, and we can criticize this and that. What George and myself were doing the CDC administration, we were there to protect the government from the lies, the propaganda that was coming from you guys. You are not saying the fact. Today, some of you said on the show, you still believe that as sophisticated as my brother here, Remo still believe that 16 billion got missing in the country. So imagine that the kind of things we're dealing with at the time. We had to come to tell our people, oh, no 16 billion laws. Oh, when they turn this to this $25 from SSR, we have to come here. So we never had that focus.
Vasco, are you trying to buy the sympathy of the Liberian people tonight?
That's what we've been here for. That's why I see the president that was supported. Today he got marks. President, we have got marks in Liberia that our children benefiting from. Benefiting, you can see the children Sunday, they happy, they go in places that President we have built that they can go spend their Sundays. They never had it before. 1847 Liberia.
So let's end up now with a bulletproof vehicle. Where do you stand on that? Do you support it or not? What's your analysis around the president having a bulletproof vehicle?
Let's see, the president, their mantra was what? Rescue. Who after the president? Who after Jeremiah?
Who was after former President Joshua?
He said, well, after former president, we have left the bulletproof car there. The car President Bugger riding on a bulletproof. Why are you looking for another bulletproof car? That the man I say he won't come rescue? Two of them, they got $1.some million. Then today see all y'all.
No. I want to understand something. Vasco, I want to understand something. Are you in support of the president having a bulletproof vehicle? Is it a good thing? Where do you stand on that?
Nelson, for the president to use a bulletproof vehicle is not bad.
Okay, thank you very much, Vasco. Let's move to Raymond. Let's move to Raymond.
In a struggling economy.
Raymond, let's hear you on this one.
So I will begin with the $1.1 million used for the purchase of two vehicles, one for the president and the vice president.
That's not true, Raymond.
What's not true?
That $1.1 was used to buy 10 vehicles, including the bulletproof vehicles. That was not just for 2 cars. Just stop it.
Okay. So with that correction,
No
then
correction inside. 2 cars.
Come on, no.
Stop lying,
no.
Vasco.
What a
Francis is
document you
right.
get off more than 2 cars?
No, listen.
Not for 2
Vasco,
cars.
Francis
Stop
is
lying.
right.
Let's see about what.
But yeah.
Yeah, I read the whole thing.
You didn't
Okay,
read
so if
nothing.
you read, share the link with me. The
Exactly. What are you
information you
lying
have,
for?
share the link with me.
You can read?
Send in the chat room. Send in the chat room.
Share the link in the chat
They
room.
can eat it.
But Raymond, let's hear you. Please go ahead, Raymond, because
so
we have
Francis, as
to
you see,
verify.
we don't know it all, and so we take correction even when we speak. But the information we follow has said 1.1 for 2 cars. So with that being said, then I have no issues with the $1.1 million being used to buy 10 cars. If that information is right, then I think the value for money. My qualm was with using $1.1 million to buy 2 cars with all of the issues in Liberia. But of course, the security of the head of state is paramount. That's national security. Anybody adopt the head of state, Liberia is in crisis. Anybody assassinate the head of state, Liberia is in crisis. So we do not want that. We want governance. So we need a head of state to be protected at all times. So if $1.1 million was used to purchase 10 vehicles, that's value for money. For me, I'm always about value for money because I'm about an austerity form of government where the government expenditure for operations can be small, where money can be kept, big chunk of money for investment that will impact the ordinary people. So with that being said, I got no qualms with that correction. But this is my qualm, especially with what we discussed today. If you use $50 million to design a terminal, inclusive of the runway, the design life, there's something in engineers and architects, we don't just take money and just do anything, we do value for money. The reality of Liberia, we have terrestrial rains fall in our country. Nobody will come design in Liberia will not consider the data. We engineers, we use data, we use information. The rainfall in Liberia is high. So nobody can come and design a building of such that in the period of about 5 to 6 years, we start having leakage. That was not a design parameters that building was supposed to meet. It does not meet the value for money. That's my point. How many Liberians do not have homes, 3-bedroom homes, with the same amount of rainfall today and they never had leakage all over? That we're spending that amount of money for the terminal and we're having leakage all over, and we say that natural disaster. It's fair to say that natural disaster out of God when we have earth rolls that are falling under this extent of rain. Then we can say that, but we don't say that. We come to this discourse where the extent of the rain are falling, we blame the public works minister. For me, I'm knowledgeable. I went to school. So I use data, I use analysis to come up with conclusion. I don't use politics.
Thank you.
Earth roads are not protected from the weather. That building is protected from the weather. You take all the data of what's happening in Liberia currently to design such a building, and it's supposed to withstand the elements. The rainfall is a part of the elements. The earth roads are not designed to withstand the elements. They are vulnerable to the elements. When rainfall, earth road fails.
Raymond, am I muted?
No, Nelson, give me a little bit of time. I'm learning. I didn't even open today. You
I
kept me backstage. You prevented me from.
Because you came late. Because you came
No,
late.
I was here. I was here. I was backstage when the first person was doing their opening.
Okay, so Raymond will give you 20 seconds to land your thoughts because
I told you the Squatter took the stuff for your people here.
Yeah,
so I'm just saying, Liberians, this is the deception in politics that people bring to you. Me, I'm a technician. I use data. I use engineering analysis to come to my conclusion. Earth roads are not designed to withstand the elements. They are vulnerable to the elements. We know it. We want to make it possible for temporary use. That's what earth roads are for. That building was not designed, the terminal was not designed for temporary use. That's a permanent structure that was to consider all of the variables, the wind that we can experience in Liberia, the rainfall, the sun angle, the extent of sun and all of that to design. So that thing's supposed to withstand that extent of rainfall. If it failed, then it didn't meet the
Thank you very much, Raymond. I want to hold you there, and thanks a lot. Wow. Raymond, do you realize what just happened in the comment section? People running away and all because they they think you were just too much for you. But Josh, please do your closing. Our sister Shirley will take us home. It will be,
all right, thank you, Nelson. Thank you. I just want to
Just
thank
so you know, it's
everybody.
gonna be my opening and my closing.
Yeah, see that again. So, guys, I want to thank you all. And it just for my closing, I will say that I disagree with this amount being spent on vehicles. I remember before the president came to power, they used 500,000 from the taxpayer money, not taxpayer money, but people who not working, sitting down home, who work for their whole life and they were pension, sit down home. The money what the government keeping for them, what they can get to them every month.
Not even getting paid.
What?
No, so they're not even getting paid. They owe
exactly. Their government. The president and his minister, they went into the people's money and took the people money from there to buy a car. 500,000. What they took from there for the same president, 500,000. What they took from there. Then they take 1.2 million. Whether it's for cars for all the ministers that are sitting in the executive mansion or not is exorbitant. That's too much for one president. In 8 months, now do nothing for the whole country yet. The only thing you can do, maybe you can say you pay some 7. You not do nothing to put anything on the ground to say, yeah, the thing are there for you. For 1 year now, almost 1 year, because we 9 months. Almost 1 year. For 1 year, you not do anything but buying car for him. All that money is for me. Waka should take that money, or President Waka should take that money to put medicine in JFK. Let him go train people who can work, people have surgery.
So, Josh, you are saying that you're not in support of the president driving or riding a bulletproof vehicle.
Listen, just listen to me. You understand what I'm saying? I need to say all right. Just listen to me. You understand what I'm trying to
Yeah, the Liberian people won't understand it as
I don't agree, and I said it explicitly. I said it. I don't agree. I think President Boakai, like what the other brother said, sit on water spoon, they should put together, get good idea, and put medicine in the hospital to make sure that our hospital get good medicine when Boakai sick, so you can just run there. Because nobody, let's take for instance, Nelson, in our whole country, what time we ever saw that they kill president with somebody went and shoot the president died? How many times happened in our history?
All the coup that happened, like
I mean, that coup you can stop coup, that bulletproof can stop coup.
No. There are different ways president can be assassinated. Different ways president can be assassinated.
Josh, here's the thing. And Francis, I think we need to give George his time. But here's the thing. When did you get to know that this is wrong, Josh?
Nothing.
Former President George Weah drove in the bulletproof vehicle. When did you get to know that this is something that our country is not ready for?
Nelson, all the time President Weah was in power, there was no issue about he taking $1.3 million or $1.2 million to go buy bulletproof for him. We did not hear in the media. When we hear in the media, we speak on it. What I did not hear, I will not go looking for it to speak on it. But I did not hear it. If I heard it, I would have said something about it. But this one came to our attention and we have to address it. So what President Waka is doing, he's leaving the main thing. The Liberian people that voted for him, that stood in the rain, that walking people water for him. He didn't do nothing for them. He buying cars for himself. The first, he didn't get in power here, he bought cars for himself. He going power now, he bought back car again, costing $1.2 million. I think it's
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Let me finish. Give me my 20 seconds. Let me finish because you interrupted me. But the thing is,
no, I didn't interrupt you. We had an engagement, and
but it was interruption because you have no reason, no right whatsoever. You and your boss man stand on water and sit on water spoon. You have no right to interrupt.
Look, my young man, I'm about to put you in the background. I'm about to put you in the background, and you will not come back.
You're so nice, Nelson.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know your CEO, he left violence. You know that is CEO there. So Nelson, here's the thing. For the airport, I still say from where I started this conversation. Look, let me tell you, you can be the best engineer in the world, right? Natural phenomenon is unpredictable. You get me? Here in Australia in 1970, I think 74, there was a wind that came to this place they call cyclone. It killed people and broke all the buildings down. They're not labyrinth engineer they brought to build it. They build a place according to code. But guess what? When cyclone came, he blew everything away. So guess what? You cannot say you will build something that will withstand all of the unforeseen circumstances, right? But you build the one you know. Liberia is not noted for those type of harsh, weather conditions. So these people build this thing. I think it meant the requirement because guess what? It has been in existence without leaking for more than maybe almost 10 years now, right? Almost like that, going to 10 years.
Untrue.
Okay, that's a 2 years. That's a 2 years, right? It's been in existence for 2 years, right? And this is the first time this thing is happening, right? So can we say that?
Untrue.
Nelson, can you mute this guy, man?
Guys, we have to go.
I was not doing this thing to this guy when he was talking, Nelson. And this is what you need to put down.
George, just take your 20 seconds to close, please. We have
you cannot say you build something that will beat all of the harsh conditions that will exist, the unpredictable ones, things that will happen. So there's room for these things. I'm not going to sit here and say I back the people that build something the best airport. No, but look, these things are possible when natural disasters strike. Things happen that you never expect. So look, what I want the government to do now is looking at the possibility that these things can happen. Make sure that you fix the airport, that next time when that sort of rain falls, it will be able to withstand it. I think that's the responsibility of this government.
Bless you. Taking place in you. Natural.
Thank you, Nelson, and thank you to our viewers as well and my fellow panelists. Look, and let me just do my closing by talking to the Liberian people because we will come here with emphasize on whatsoever we want to emphasize. End of the day, we'll go back and forth. Braga do they want all the one and stuff. It made no sense. That would think forward and forget about backward. Now, let me say this, right? The president of the Republic of Liberia, we are appealing. We are begging you. You need to do the rightful thing for the Liberian people. You need to try and put more money in the education sector, in the health sector, and road connection. Because end of the day, and we shouldn't forget about electricity because majority of the country we see today, because of electricity and road, more companies want to come to help. The government need to focus on job creation as well. Because if your people work, what happens? The money circulates. And when the money circulates, your economics boost. And end of the day, you start taking people from poverty. So if you work in those directions, end of the day, Liberians will be crying. Liberians will like, okay, you know what? We want to carry the paper for left hand. We want to amend the constitution so we can be also president and go for third term, fourth term, fifth terms. Because end of the day, if you're doing well for the Liberian people, they get no way of teaching you. But if you start behaving like George Weah, if you start behaving the Malandeli doesn't sell it, then end of the day, what happens? People want to kick you out. People will get on the street. Look at the type of money. Look, every day I hear people talking about it. The country is broke. Liberia is not broke. Liberia got money. The resources are in our country. It can sustain every citizen. Every citizen in our country can get paid every month. Where are you working? The resources are in our country. The iron ore, the gold, the diamond. But end of the day, Liberians still suffering because certain group of people feel Liberia for them. Certain group of people feel when they go, they take the Liberian money, they put it in their pocket. It's not how it's supposed to be. The resources for every Liberian. Nelson, how many minutes I told you for? I even read 1 minute. You want to call me over? Not because I'm pointing to the guy, so you should call me all. Okay, let me conclude. So end of the day,
conclude, but
no problem. Never conclude. I understand. End of the day, we all want Liberia. We all want everybody, Liberians and Liberia, to get the best. So, Mr. President Joseph Yimabwaka, please, those who plan or those who are playing your government to destroy your government, you got to see. You got to do things right. And end of the day, let things work. Today, 1994, we were in Rwanda, but today go look at Rwanda looking at Europe. We can name other countries. So end of the day, Liberia should be the Rwanda. If you stand up on your feet,
The only thing you need to work on is corruption. The moment you hit corruption, that bro will elevate. Thank you, Nelson.
Thank you, Shirley. You want to go?
No, Nelson, I told you these guys then they got love, but they can't make it. They're giving you hard time here. I just came here to rescue you because all day you tell them time out, they're still talking. So I will just save my time for tomorrow. But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Shirley, for giving your time to the Liberian people. We want to say thank you for being here tonight.
Quick
Thank you,
recommendation.
Raymond. Thank you, Raymond. Let's make it the recommendation in the
The shortest
background.
closing ever in the history of
Let's,
Spoon
let, let,
Talk.
let's do the recommendation in the background. Thank you,
Did
Francis.
you see that? His
Thank you,
story.
Moba, and thanks to everyone.
The shortest closing
Today,
ever, Nelson.
just before, who did shortest closing?
Shirley.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The
I thought you
shortest
wanted
closing
to say
ever in the
who
history of
did
Spoon
shortest
Talk.
closing. On behalf of the late night show, we want to wish. But Shirley, why your stuff keep going on and off?
That's the reason why she just close. No wahala.
Shirley get
Why?
gas.
We want to wish Gabby a happy birthday. The newest 14 years old on the block. On behalf of their mom, Shirley, one of our very strong sisters on the show here. The entire team, we're wishing you happy birthday, Gabby, as you celebrate your natal day today. I see Shirley has love, but she can't make it. But Gabby turns 14, but she's already taller than Shirley. So it's like what you say is true. Anyway, I don't want to. Happy birthday to you, Gabby. We wish you all the best as you celebrate your day today. And yes, and that's how I see Shirley is trying to come on, but she can't make it. That's how we want to end up. And thanks to everyone for being here again tonight. We look forward to being here tomorrow with another late night show.
We
Till
will,
then,
we'll take our time to be here. Yep.
bye, guys.
God bless.